I think it's funny, everybody thought that this movie was going to be bad ever since the first trailer was released. And I will admit, I was convinced too that this movie was going to be bad. I mean, I thought Snow White was going to be bad, and it was so much worse. And now that I went to go see it in theaters, I can confirm it wasn't awful. I mean, don't get me wrong, it isn't a good movie, but I enjoyed it much more than Snow White. You. I think this movie would be best compared to the first Sonic movie, where it doesn't feel like a Minecraft movie. It feels like a movie that so happens to take place in the world of Minecraft. Most of the characters have barely any depth, but it's also kind of weird because they really did try near the start of the movie, but when they enter the Minecraft world, it's downhill for these characters. It's not really a movie to take seriously. This feels more like a turn your brain off type of movie. Kind of like Is It Cake? You don't watch that show because it's good. What I will say is that this movie is an experience to go watch depending on what type of audience you have in the theater. I shit you not, every single reference that Steve made got a cheer from the audience. It started becoming a little comedic at one point. If I had to find something I didn't particularly like about this movie, it would be when all the characters were in the Minecraft world. It didn't feel like they were actually there, and they felt more obviously green screened in. What this movie was not, on the other hand, was boring. This movie always had something going on that was really fun. It just sucks because most video game movies recently have been fish out of water stories. But with Minecraft, I wish they took the approach that the Dungeons and Dragons movie took, where they could have made the events of this movie take place only in the Minecraft world, and the characters are already living in the Minecraft world. With Steve, they could have made his character born and just created into the Minecraft world going on an adventure. And okay, this is no shade to Jack Black, I think he's a fantastic actor, but in this movie, it felt more like he played himself as Steve in this movie, and less the character Steve himself. To be fair though, Steve in this movie is a human, so I can't say anything bad about it, because I definitely don't think it was Jack Black's fault. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I really wish they tried making this movie good, because there was definitely a lot of potential near the start of the movie. I did like the random musical numbers Jack Black sang in the movie, those were pretty funny. This movie isn't a musical, by the way, this is just a running gag throughout the movie. It's also funny that I only found out recently that Jason Momoa was supposed to play Steve, but they changed it, and I wouldn't have it any other way. For some reason, they tried to add so much sexual tension between Garrett and Steve. I shit you not, there is a scene where Steve is flying on Garrett's back while these two are doing a bunch of poses, and at one point they were 69ing. They are a couple, and I refuse to see them any other way. I did find it weird that this little boy's sister is supposed to be 18 in this movie, because we see her work at an adult agency, and I was very caught off guard when I saw her driving a car. I mean, no shade to the actress, but she does look like she can pass as a 14-year-old. The villains in this movie are surprisingly really funny, especially, and let me see if I'm getting this right, General Chungus. Whoever was on the writing team that suggested that deserves an award. But by far, my favorite plotline is the one with Jennifer Coolidge, who plays a school principal, who falls in love with a villager and ends up marrying him in the end credits. See what I mean when I say this movie isn't boring? But yeah, you can clearly tell this movie took inspiration from the FNAF movie. They really tried to appeal more to their Minecraft audience because there's a lot of references in this movie that if you haven't played Minecraft would not understand. Like, there's a reference of Steve dropping water onto the ground to not take damage. Like, that's never explained, but the audience is just supposed to accept it. Although, there is a scene where we see that Steve has thousands of diamonds, and I have to call bullshit there, because how is Jack Black mining more diamonds in a month than I can mine in a year? I'll give this movie a 10 out of 10 for the Minecraft fans, and a 6 out of 10 as an overall film. Overall, a pretty fun movie.